Mute, deafen. There we go. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Today, how are we doing? This is Runarcana, your story. We're back with episode 14. Believe it or not. Today, it's going to be slightly bit of a stranger day. We have some people that are unfortunately not here, and some people who are fortunately here. Wherever the case may be on that. Where I want to start here. I plan to start here by asking you guys who are here last time. Would anyone like to do that of a small recap? Doesn't have to be necessarily a huge one.
I have a general knowledge of what happened last time. I just got people in the room at the moment.
It's all good. Hold up. Let me just put it up here as well. I cannot find that for a second. Here you go. On that of this explored map so far, and actually, just so as the other person here can actually see the map. Oh wait, no, you should be able to see the map still. There we go. Now you should be able to also see the map if you didn't before Bloom. Honestly,
I see it now, yeah.
honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get into this if you want me
Okay,
to
I'm back.
instead, or if you got it yourself, then you go ahead.
I can give a recap now. Finally, people have left.
All right, man. Here's all you.
Last time, from what I remember, we had to deal with a pack of the Runeterra wolves. I can't remember the name of them, along with a big two-headed one. After some party shenanigans and running and all that, along with walking with an old guy while Thule was carrying all the weapons we were delivering, we managed to escape the crater they were all in, which was up here. After passing that, but that was before we came across. Before that, we came across a broken down and destroyed village where the people were in here. We had a chat with the guards at front here before we went across. We encountered a gravesite area where we met another NPC who we talked to, and that was them there. And they gave us like some with the various NPC giving us like dragon blessings or such. Then we went into the mountains, and I believe there was a monkey guy there.
Yes, that would have been Ting.
Sorry. Annoying. Then there is after Chuli had a duel with the monkey guy on some poles and got him to land to the ground. We then started going up the mountain here where we ended last time, where a guy was doing training by punching the mountainside. and he was a very massive rock guy with dragon markings on, and with the other characters also having markings on them. And he was causing boulders to fall down, and after breaking a couple of the boulders along the way up, turning them to rubble and such, and doing various means to escape them, we made it to the top, where we talked to the guy, and he apologized for his training things and all that, and knocking the rocks down, and we took a moment's respite at the top of the mountain, I believe, where it was safe. And I
You
believe
guys
that's
have
where
taken
we
a.
ended last time.
You guys had taken that of a few rest. I don't know for you might have missed the last part if you were here for it. Um, as you guys did end up taking that of your rest. Uh, basically on during your mountain time. Before getting to that of basically repeatedly long, like what you would guess to be pretty decently sturdy wooden bridges across from pretty much like from
Oh yeah,
from
there was the
small like mountain to
yeah there
small
was
like mountain.
I forgot about there was the bridge where we were crossing, and then we were told like there was a challenge thing, and the person cut the bridge, and then we all fell into the water, and that's where we ended.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I forgot about the bridge. It has been a bit.
So unfortunately, I am gonna have to put it like this because I've been trying to think about it, and I think the simplest way to do this would be to say during the time that you guys were pretty much kind of like falling down, that you could see that of one of your party members that were still kind of like hovering slash flying, help that of the closest person to them, being that of uh the more anthroplant like creature, and at the moment you will not really kind of like see where they go.
Yeah.
Out of character, kind of out of game. I'm just gonna tell you, uh,
They're leaving.
they're leaving. Obviously, is how I'm gonna put it there. But I'm more so putting it as I think that Carr would believe that it's the whole thing with continuing on with it would have been like kind of stupid for his character thinking about it, trying to continue on, and he convinced that of the person who was also brand new, pretty much just follow him in his travels.
Yeah. Plus, they're also from. I'm pretty sure they're both from the same sort of place anyway.
Something.
Because they were both from the desert place. I remember or something. Yeah. Also, if the recap I gave was sufficient enough for recap inspiration,
Yep, that's perfectly fine.
since I have some, I will give it to. I'm pretty sure other players have it or have done it before. So I shall, since I have mine, I will give it to our newest member, so they have an inspiration.
Yeah.
It's very much kind of you.
It's all good. I already have mine anyway, so it's like I may supposed to give it to our newest party member so they have stuff because they wouldn't be able to get the recap anyway. Give a recap, so hey, you get a freebie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, I will quickly be because I have some crap to throw downstairs.
All right.
Away.
Yep, no worries.
But yes, as uh continue on into here, that of you guys essentially crashing down, going more down into that of the river. Honestly, if this is the type of river that uh you wouldn't really take any damage per se, but it would like still sting or hurt in a way, as you would crash into that of the river unless you wanted to do anything in specific. However, I will say the river kind of is like rushing down into one direction. In the rushing river, with that of being like very hard, rocky, like places that look kind of unstable. Like if you were to climb up on the sides, making even the sides kind of also pretty hard to semi climb up onto. So from there, you guys would essentially have to find out how to kind of how to survive this.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
of
Zutark was with them when they were crossing the bridge, I take it?
no, Zutark's not here at
No.
all.
Okay. It's just those four.
Yeah, it was just those four originally, which means technically I was only really explaining that to Melis, which I think Melis might be one of the few people that would even be able to do something here, but I don't know if he can or can't.
I mean, it's just water, right?
It's pretty much just
Yep.
rushing water, where it's pretty much the only thing that people would have difficulty with is if they can't really swim.
Oh,
Uh,
all right.
I think my character, after the experience with the Noxian boat, definitely learned how to swim. He's just not got swimming speed and all that. He ain't an ocean dragon.
What's the area of this spell?
Actually, I don't know why I said 4. I meant 3. Just you 3.
So, if Zutek's not
About
with you,
how far did we fall? Like, can I
Because
get a-
it's
like,
the
can I get a
type. It's the
feet
type
distance?
of. So it's the type of thing where you look down and there's like fog. So I'm thinking at like probably around 120 feet.
Okay, 120 feet. What is the range of this?
And if it matters for distance wise, I can just say that the other two are pretty much next to you. The one that would have the
Okay,
most
all right.
difficulty, you realize, though, would be Thule, considering he is also carrying that of something pretty hefty. The weapon
Okay,
case
all right.
on
So
his
the
back.
120 is a little bit too far for this ability, so instead we'll do this one. So I will cast. Yeah, okay. I will cast Control Water. Wait, hold on. What do I have? Am I maintaining a different concentration already? I'm not. What am I?
Sometimes it'll
Am I?
just say it, and I don't know. I don't think you have any.
Oh,
You
I was
literally
doing an
just
enhanced ability. I don't think I'm still. I think I was doing that at one point, but I don't think I'm still doing that.
yeah, no, it would definitely already be off.
Yeah. Okay. I remember doing that, but that would have definitely been off by now. Okay. So now that we got that cleared up, I will cast Control Water. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, I guess if I was doing it to attack somebody with, but I'm not. I'm going to, I think, yeah, it rolled in case I did the Whirlpool, which does damage, but
Yeah,
we're
I
not
got you.
doing that. We are going to do, see, I was going to do redirect water and just have the water take us back up, but it's a little too far. So I'll just do part water, and it'll basically make 100-foot cube of parched water that we can just walk across the bottom.
nice.
Does
What
it
are
stay
you
in there?
What are you
Does it?
doing?
I'm
Because
doing
you guys
part
are like
water.
falling down. So you said walking on the water. I'm like, wouldn't that just
I
make
thought
it?
we already hit the water.
No, you're asking 120 feet down, right? So that's why I thought.
Yeah, no, okay, so I thought we were already in the water. I was gonna just have the water send us back up, but it only goes 100 feet. So you said it's 120 feet. That's too far to go back up.
Oh, okay.
So instead,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna part the water so we can just walk along the bottom, basically.
Okay, then. Yeah, I got that. You all kind of like then like fall all the way down into that of the water, and as for two of you might sound a little bit lighter of a splash compared to the Thule, because once again he's still carrying that of the big bag of weapons as he started to even somewhat sink. But as you guys kind of diving into that of the water a little bit from the additional contact, Melis will do something to where like just looking at the like if you looked at a water from outside view, kind of looks like a light blue emanates from that of the water, and the rushing water, almost as if like the seed from Moses, as it just kind of makes a small like probably like 5 feet or five between like 5 to 10 feet like spaceway into the middle.
Yeah.
And emanating from that of Melis, who I assume is like holding it in a way.
Yeah, it's I think concentration and keep it going, but yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, so part of the water. I'm assuming we're trying to get to like, is there like a shore that we can walk to? Maybe.
Not at the moment. Like I said, it's pretty much like if you looked it
You're
down,
in a
it's
trench,
yeah,
essentially.
like a trench where even if you try to go up to the sides of the mountain, it looks like it could be unstable to kind of try to climb up on. The two directions you could necessarily go at this point would either be to follow the flow or follow go through the reverse of flow because of what you've done of the river. Because right now it's like I said, pretty much it's just like the water's still flowing, so you see where it's going.
Yeah, yeah.
What for the water? Were we above? So we were above the water when we were crossing the bridge. Was it going to be like one? Oh, that's correctly.
Now let's see.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Thank you. So for the water, were we like going from side, like one side to the other side, or were we going up directly across the water up to the next point?
If you follow that of the flow of the river, you would be following still semi bit of that of the continuation of the bridges that you guys were going towards. I can tell you that at least.
Okay, like so basically, like when we fell into the water, the bridge we were on was following above the river. So when we went into the water, were we being like sent back that way we came, or would it be up the way we were going?
So the water was flowing downwards, so you'll be going down.
Yeah. Like right now the flowing river is going towards where you would technically want to go next, if you were still following that of the bridge. The unless you're asking me a different question, I'm not understanding.
I was just checking that when we fell in the water and the water was carrying us, were we being sent backwards or forwards?
Forward.
In
Down.
terms of like, were we being sent
It
back
flows
the way
downwards.
Yeah, forward.
Yeah. So we were going basically. So we came from here, so it was sending us down here. Is that correct?
Opposite way.
Okay, so yeah, so we want to go up the river against the flow to get to where we wanted to go.
What are you talking about?
No, we want to go with the flow of the river. Right?
No, I was asking. I was asking if we were going because we came from this way, right?
No.
No, we came from this way.
You came up, and the
Okay.
water's flowing
If you
down.
follow the blue line on the big map, you can see where it's going. That's the path you guys have been going.
Okay, I was mildly confused. I saw the line going from here to the mountains, then it goes to like here. So I thought we had
But it
gone.
goes here. There's like the blue line continues there, and then goes up to
Okay.
there, goes there.
Okay, because I don't see that part of the map. That's all blocked off for me. That's all blacked.
That's weird.
That's why I thought. That's why I thought we went the other way.
That's a bit weird,
Okay.
though, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
If
because for
you
me
guys
this
are,
is all dark.
but yeah, if you guys wanted to go specifically forward, that would be the path of the flow.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say we go with the flow then. Now that I understand which way we were going.
Yeah, Melis will kind of shake off some of the water off of him, and then kind of.
Do you have
Look.
do you have the shape water spell by any chance? The cantrip.
I don't think that's a cantrip.
Because I know there's. Because I know shape. I'm pretty sure shape water is a cantrip. It's the one that like lets you freeze some ice or manipulate like 5 foot cube of water.
Let's see.
I
No,
don't know.
if it is, I don't have it. No.
Okay.
I also don't know if it's in the book or not.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if it's in the book. Let me check spells.
So
It should
yeah,
at
we could
least
just
be everything normal though.
yeah. So you guys are just gonna follow the stream down river.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have shape water for some reason, huh?
Mel's?
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that seems like to be the plan to just follow the stream downriver.
Yeah.
All right.
The reason I was asking if you had that spell is because it has the ability to freeze ice. So it's gonna say you use the shape water's freezing effect to just basically make us an ice float to float down the river on, so we're not either having to walk and you maintain the thing and it potentially collapse on us, or us having to just kind of sit in the water and get rushed away.
Yeah.
But
But he's
unfortunately, that
maintaining
cantrip
the
doesn't
spell,
work.
so it won't crash on you as long as he's concentrating on the water.
I know, but it depends on how long it takes. Is the problem.
You
It's
guys,
10 minutes, so it's
you
longer
three
than that.
proceed to keep going though down that of the river path. Thankfully not being encumbered or anything like that, considering you have part of that of the riverway so far. As you get to a point where you start to even go up on the river a little bit, not too much, but like it's kind of almost a small uphill for about a good 120 not 120 feet, like 500 feet. It's kind of like starting to go up, not like 500 feet straight up, but I mean like it's sloping up. So on that, you guys start to get to what you see around you is a more kind of lush area around here. This lush area being that of what seems to be a multitude of different types of berries around. Many bushes filled out of different berries, some plentiful, some not. Whatever it is, maybe you might want to take a bite, maybe not. Who knows? In either case, you do see the path continuing forward.
Considering
Uh,
our considering our current
Are we above the water now? By any chance? Is that what happened?
yes, that's why I said you guys went
Okay.
uphill, as now you're like
Okay.
actually
Okay.
like
Yeah.
on land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
What's the country? What's the nation we're in again? I can't remember the name for some reason.
Ionia.
Ionia.
Considering our Ionian guide is currently is currently head empty at the moment. Gore is not going to be eating any of the fruits because he doesn't know if some vengeful berry spirit is going to try and murder them.
Break
That
concentration.
of I will say Byron was with you, and Byron proceeds on to kind of go like, I don't specifically know uh where this place is. This isn't usually a part of that of my travels. I usually go past this place, but it's not so bad around here. As he kind of like
That looks
looks
like
like
a
he
berry
wants to
though.
go take a berry. You said what?
Nellis will eat a berry though.
All right, I'm gonna stop
He
you
is.
for
He
a
is
second
hungry.
here.
Wait a minute. Wait. Before I take this berry, hold on a second here.
No.
I want to
I
make a
gotta
nature
stop
check.
you for a second
Oh,
too
okay.
before that, because remember what I told you? There are plenty of different types of berries.
Yeah, I do
Give
need sense.
me,
That's all there. I was gonna
give
make a nature check,
me,
but you can
yeah,
just tell me. I guess. Yeah, we
yeah.
can just
Give
do it this way.
me a, is it nature check? Yeah, give me a nature check,
Okay, cool.
real quick.
I have no nature, but fine. Let's roll it. Oh, 9. There we goes. Oh,
Since people want to eat berries, I'll also help in trying to detect if
Hold
these are
on,
poisonous.
hold on. Just give me a second.
I'm not worried about poisonous berries. So we just gonna eat some berries.
Here we go. With that of a 9, you find that of what seems to be cyan looking berries and scarlet looking berries. That's just the color of them.
So blue and red ones? Are they
The
with blue and red
cyan,
ones, or some blue ones and some red ones?
these are two different berries.
Okay,
So
okay,
the
gotcha.
cyan, I would write this down, by the way, just
Oh,
personal.
okay.
The cyan berries you find, they seem to be in more of like, like grapes, like an abundance of them. It seems like
hmm
they're those types, like they're in abundance. They're also that of the scarlet berries, which are the scarlet ones, scarlet color. There we go. Scarlet color,
Yeah.
and they also are that of an abundance.
Okay,
You
so
will
lots of
notice a sweet fragrance off of the cyan one,
Okay. Sweet
and the
fragrance.
scarlet one does not give off an odor. Looking around, there are very few cyan berries, and there are very, very many scarlet berries. And that is all the information I have for you at the very moment.
He will eat a scarlet berry.
It tastes sweet. It's a very sweet
Okay.
berry. And I'm not gonna say it's filling or not. It's literally just like eating a berry.
Okay. He will taste the cyan berry now then. For science.
It also tastes sweet, but for some reason there's a spice to it. Almost as if it like shouldn't be really consumed, but for you, it's kind of just spicy. Like a spicy sweet.
Now my brain's just playing the why is it spicy meme.
Can I just grab like a couple of each, put in my bag?
That's fine.
Okay. I'll just grab like a little handful of them. So was that like 5 each or something? Can I get that or?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna grab 5 cyan berries and 5 scarlet berries.
All right. Do you want to do anything?
Gonna munch on these like some Skittles.
There's definitely the cyan bears, like I said, they're gonna be a little bit harder to find. You'll still find them, but they are definitely not very many of those around. For that uh core, what do you want to do here?
Core's not gonna partake of any of the berries, and it's just gonna kind of walk with the party, but again, just keep an eye out for anything.
With that of Chuli's check, you will also find this again. You write it down if you want. That of a plum-like berry. That of very much of an abundance of that one. With that of a sweet fragrance. Doesn't seem like there are many of those around for that. And that of an orange berry, which those are actually not abundances. Those are single berries growing on things. That one is also not very many one of those around, and it has that of a sweet fragrance. All right. From here on, if you guys want to continue, you guys can definitely just continue.
Yeah, I'm going to continue.
You proceed to go on through, and as you go through, you notice that again, pretty decently sized kind of like patch, a bit like where I was saying before, where it's like basically big trees, lots of shrubbery around with that of the plethitude of berries, but you still see that of the dirt pathways. You continue on, and continuing up to that of the dirt pathway, you start to see that of a kind of small like lake where the water that was going, there's still like a small bit going and heading towards kind of like the area you guys are following, and you kind of see where that where some of that water actually leads to, where it kind of leads into more of a decently sized we're a smaller size pool. We're not at this place yet, but I'm telling you right now, it is a smaller pool, and this smaller pool contains a couple things here. I'm gonna go through. First and foremost, you guys, upon basically you three exiting that of a little bit of the fog in this berry place, you will see as put it up on screen. You will see someone slightly familiar. That of Louis, the person who had previously said before, they don't really believe that you guys should have went on this trip. For whatever reason that may be, you see them standing there with that of a multi-eyed, white kind of like bird, almost similar to that of a chocobo, if you'd want to say like that, but similar to that. That is bigger than that of this actual creature. Louis here, as Louis is that of basically like that of a smaller size creature, still like a medium size, is just smaller than average. With that of somebody in a hooded figure standing next to them as well. Louis approaches your small little group of three and says, I didn't really expect you three to get this far. Or, well, any of you, in fact, as I don't know where the rest of you went. I still don't agree to a lot of this, but you've done good so far. Whatever you wish, you may continue on your path past here. But I would suggest taking a talk with that of the caller over there before continuing on. Past here is your final test.
Who did she say? The caller? The caller?
Yes, the caller. And the person that she is pointing to is somebody in the middle of this small little pool where she was at the entrance of it, and you see a little bit deeper in. You see that of somebody. Show players. There we go. See that of somebody essentially using a almost like a weird, almost like wooden staff with green like rings on it that
Jade.
jingle, as pretty much they kind of control the flow of water around them. As you see, it's kind of like in an almost like artistic form where it's not quite a dance, but is also not quite not quite training either. It's more of like they are feeling the flow around them of magic itself. And that is at the moment what they are doing.
Okay.
So he's in the middle of the large pond. Like he's surrounded by water.
Yes, he's surrounded by water, but it's kind of more like the picture. It's not supposed to be a huge water pond. It's just like a smaller one.
Okay.
Millis, I guess, will try to get to like the edge of the pond or whatever this is, and try to kind of speak up, get his attention. He'll go and say, "Hey, man, they said you would be the caller." She says, "So we need to talk to you." Try to get his attention. Does he react to Millis at all?
Second here. Okay. trying to think about how to do it. You call out to this person, creature, whatever it may be, as they seem to be still kind of doing their kind of very slow ritual like dance as they say, "What is it that you've all come here for? In fact, what is it that you so wish to do?" They don't seem to like stop their motion either of like controlling water around them.
Okay. Okay then. What to say? Well, we come to deliver something to someone at the end of this little road or pathway or whatever we're on.
And in that, no, no, they actually don't even say much. They kind of like more so say kind of like just kind of like weird type of messages. So they're like, "Continuing on, you must, but that has not answered my question as what is your wish? What do you wish to do?"
All right, look, Mr. Water Dancing Dragon Caller guy. If you're not going to really be much help, then we can just continue on.
Then proceed. And I don't stop you.
I was going to turn back to the group. Yeah, this guy's useless.
Well, in regards to what we seek to do, the only thing I know is that we seek to help. We are sent here to help this land and whatever problems ail it. Is that correct?
Byron kind of looks at you guys and is just like, "I've never seen this person before."
Yeah. I mean, just looking at I'm mainly just looking at Melis for that because Julie's absent and the other two people who were with us are not present, so are not here anymore. So it's literally just Melis to confirm what he said.
Oh yeah. I'm also definitely nod in that. Like, yeah. Something
Well,
like that.
they did.
But for now, our
Louis
only
said that
mission.
this was a test, so
The only
maybe we need
mission.
to answer him.
Well, the only mission that we have at the moment is the delivery of these of this of this bag of items to the to whom this old man wishes to deliver them to.
You still don't answer my question, which is fine. As I said, proceed if you must proceed.
His question was, "What is our wish, and what do we, and what are we aiming to do?" Is that what we're right? What he asked?
This person had originally asked that of, basically, why have you come here, and what do you wish to do?
Well, we have come here to stop whatever ails this land, be it the void of whatever else, and we currently are seeking to help with the festival. That's all I know we came to do. We're helping with the festival thing, and we came to stop with help fix whatever is wrong in Ionia.
Yes, like the man said, we've come here to help. I think the old man said we're here to help save this backwater country. And right now we're here to deliver these weapons.
That's fine. Again, I'm not stopping you.
And we answered the question, so I guess we move on. That's literally what we. to do. Like,
Yeah,
we have,
no, let's just move on. This individual has
like,
been fairly useless.
some of them give us like a blessings or some such, but it's like a. Well, I mean, we answered the question. We currently are helping with the festival, which is currently us delivering these weapons, and we've come to this land to fix whatever problem it has. We don't know the problem. We have to figure that out. It's like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
If that's what you want to do, then feel free, man. I'm not stopping.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna Melos wish to ignore this guy and continue on the path.
You will hear that of the faintest of good luck. Continuing on. With that though, I will say as Louis was there in the first place again with uh that of a person in a hooded figure as well. They pretty much kind of like are just tagged along.
Oh, what, they're following us now?
Yep.
Oh, okay, all right then. Okay then. I mean, Melos will, you know, give them a nod, acknowledges that they're there, but he's not gonna mind them following. As long as they don't get in the way.
So where does the path lead to now?
The path leading up in from that of the small like pond, which kind of led a little bit of a small kind of like riverway, now leads into where you feel like you're almost like at the top of what seems to be of a huge mountain. You can't see the top because it's kind of like extremely foggy all around. However, you do see that of what seems to be like uh a huge but also small pond. And this one, the reason why I say huge but small is because you can't tell exactly where the pond itself ends, especially with the fact you can't really see past the heftier fog. But you also, like, if you were to put like a foot into it, your foot will probably only go down about like maybe a foot.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's wide but shallow.
Yes. Continuing
Um,
on into that uh of this place. Before we do, actually no, sorry. As you do, you will see Byron, kind of going like, "Oh, being finally here. We just have to go a bit in further here. Come on, come on." As he will proceed on into the fog, and as he proceeds on into the fog, it's almost as if within seconds, he pretty much disappears. With only that of a small, like not like a small voice, but like you can still kind of hear him like, "Hurry up! Don't got all day." Like in the distance.
I'm good. I guess I'm gonna try and follow the old man. Would that be a perception or an investigation to follow him
You could
through the
not.
fog?
You pretty much just go the direction he was going. That's all you could do. This is hefty fog.
You just
Okay.
gotta follow his voice.
like how hefty fog?
Um, like you could probably see like, well, at the very moment, it's probably like 10 feet ahead of you. You could probably see.
Yeah, this fog is stupid. I'm gonna cast Destroy Water.
Was that?
And it can destroy up to a 30-foot cube of fog.
I mean, that gives us about 30 feet of distance. Remember, it's a massive lake, so just you may as well just save your spells because that's only going to cut out like a small area, which might just fill up immediately.
This is
Which
true.
one are you doing?
You're
Destroy
trying
it.
to Yeah, he's gonna destroy and get rid of a 30-foot cube, but also like this is a massive lake with a lot of fog, so you're only gonna really clear out a bit of a patch, which might just fill itself.
Okay, so with that of the destroy water, you proceed kind of like to almost like force push what almost seems to be like almost as if wind is being pushed out, even though that's not what you're doing, but almost as if wind being pushed out from an area essentially around you, but a little bit further. It's gonna go a bit further here just because uh, other reasons per se, but it's gonna go a little bit further here as you destroy the water, as it kind of like more so creates a 60-foot radius, uh, basically giving more space to see, as you will see that of uh, Byron's basically still within sight, over at what seems to be more towards the middle, as well as that of multiple like swords around. Looking at of looking that of multiple like swords around, we get here to officially where he says, as he looks to the rest of you, "Welcome, truly, to Mistfall." As you will see that of a plethora of weapons dug into, not specifically dug, but like some of them look pretty much dug, or majority of them are somehow like lightly dug. Either way, in some cases, the way they're in that of the water, into the stones, going down into the water, going down in the stones, as well as you will see that of even like that of a not super plethora, but like here and there you will see that of what seems to be giant like statues broken in some shape, way, or form. You'll see that of like a bigger giant gigantic like head. You'll see that of a hand kind of looking like it's stone coming out from that of the water. And overall, it's quite a sight to see.
Melis will let out a whistle, kind of like, ooh, wee. Was not expecting to see all of this. He'll kind of walk in. He might try to grab one of the hilts of the random sword, see if he can pull it out. I don't know. Just a random sword.
As you proceed to, or as you're about to go and touch that of a weapon, Byron stops you. He's like, "Hold up, don't do that. You would not be for a good idea here."
Remember, this
Oh.
land is very spiritual and sensitive.
Trust me, I know. It bothers me every day. Oh,
Oh yeah, you
Mhm.
definitely then would be able to heavily feel around here as well. For you, Melis, it feels like hefty spiritual magic around here.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Maybe
Do I
little.
detect any actual undead around though?
Like
Well, I think it's just
actual
unusual.
creatures around, I'll say no. That of
Yeah, that's
what you
yeah.
would feel like that of just spirits in general, like in this entire area, you can tell it's filled up with like spirits in some shape, way, or form.
Okay, okay then, okay. Okay, okay.
Looking to the old man who's Corda, is this where you wish to place the weapons we've been carrying? Or is this simply on the way?
This is the place. This is Mistfall. It's not beautiful, as he says, pointing towards one of the weapons. You can see the very expertise, craftsmanship people have put into them.
Are they offerings or are they grave markers? Or a mix of both?
Well, in this case, I could say they're probably of a mix, as Louis kind of chimes in. Look, it doesn't matter. They don't need to know everything, okay? Let's just do what you need to do and leave here so that way nothing gets changed. Right? As Byron's just like, that's all right, it's all right. I'm sure after everything that we've been through so far, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Why did you state that? Why did you bring attention to it?
What do you mean?
It is a it is a typical ironic constant that whenever somebody brings the attention to everything being fine, all of a sudden everything becomes very much not fine.
Why would everything be not fine? As there starts to be that of rumbling all around.
Course gestures his hand outwards.
Byron kind of looks around and is like, I don't remember the mountains being able to do that. As that of fog basically comes back in closer and closer, but to a point to where now it's not really necessarily like it's surrounding you guys again, but it's still within like a huge amount of feet to where it's like you have a good amount of a seeable distance around you still, but it's almost like an air pocket or like an air dome inside, if you want to put it like that, to where you will now see you will see that of almost as if there were like eyes that seem to be staring out from that of up high from that of the wind, and sorry, not the wind, but the mist. And those glowing green eyes you see don't just seem like a couple. Those seem like potentially even like 9 eyes. As
This is why we do not bring attention to things being okay.
it can't be that bad, right? We're just there's nothing that we've done wrong, right?
Is it undead?
Would they be? Would spirits just be considered undead in general?
I mean, if it's a soul, they are. I mean,
think
depends
I
on
think
what
like
account.
ghosts and banshees and stuff are considered undead by normal
Like-
D&D logics.
It's like if it's a spirit, as in like a fey type spirit, it would be a fey.
Oh
If
yeah,
it's
if it's like
if it's
that. Yeah.
if it's a fiendish spirit, like a demon or a devil, then it's
Okay,
a fiend.
then
If
no.
it's like dead guy is still mad at his best friend for throwing a rock at his head, and so he's been haunting him, then it's an undead. So it depends on where the spirit kind of comes from for what it'd be counted
It would be
as.
considered, this whole place then would be even considered like Fey related. That's pretty much just Fey stuff right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's also a room realm. So it's like, for example, like if it's a Mount Targon spirit, that would be a celestial. Like it depends on where the spirit kind of comes from.
Yeah, that one's actually an archetype of its own though.
Yeah. Especially like in terms of
Okay.
like Runeterra places, like Ionia's more fayish, devils and demons. They're obviously fiends, and you got your undead and all that.
Okay. So is the eyes like approaching them from the mist?
The eyes at the very moment they can see are kind of like somewhat staring down at them. And you and the group, at least towards that of the group of 3, you hear that of like it almost like a louder thundering voice of sorts. Not like there's thunder specifically around, but like it's just booming.
Mm-hmm.
You will hear that of basically one simple sentence. What is strength? You hear it as if it came from like every direction from them going towards y'all.
Great. Another question.
So it's asking us what is strength.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is?
Very
How do
simple
you
question.
define your strength?
And
Hmm. So it's how
and
we
as
define
you
our.
guys, yes, how it's literally just that one question. There's nothing more, nothing less. It just asked what
So,
is strength. That was all. And
so what
as
is
you guys
strength?
think about that, you guys will be given some time to think about that because we're going to do something on the side here for a little bit before we continue on. And what I mean by that, I mean we're going to get into that of a little bit of a flashback as you guys are thinking about that question.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just give me a quick second. Like this one more. All right. This is going back here a little bit. By a little bit, it pretty much means almost essentially before or up to the point of where this whole journey had actually started. But to do that, we're gonna go somewhere a little bit different. Here it is. We go off into that of another place not just in Ionia, but instead that of what seems to be a more snowy-like place. That's where there are plenty full of villages around from time to time, if not trying their best just to be around and survive in that of a tough-like climate. Thankfully, at the moment, though, it's more towards that of, I believe, in the summer, somewhat heading more towards into the winter. But at the very moment, it's pretty, pretty nice here compared to when what it would usually be like, considering that of these harsh like climates. Where am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about that of the Freljord, where many secrets are unopened secrets. Because here, deities exist, gods clash, and the survival of the fittest is what matters the most to everybody that would even try to survive. But we're not specifically looking at that. We're looking further into the Freljord, further into that what seems to be like that of a 10-year-old, maybe even 11-year-old girl. One that seems to have one that seems to be having that of a human figure, so you wouldn't be able to see too much of them at the very moment. But you will see that of this person. You will see that of this person proceed to basically make shots with that of a more smaller like bow, the size to that of their figure at the moment. Being that a smaller, you could see them shooting arrow, pew, arrow, two, pew. And as you do, you can see that of this boar trying this ice boar, well, I should say Arctic boar, basically at least 5 times the size of her, as she proceeds to dodge out the way of the charge that this creature had just done. And as you do, you proceed to see other people come out in heavier like clothing as well, uh, fitting that of a more Arctic like uniform. As they all proceed to kind of rush this creature, and rushing that of the boar, you will see slashing right into it, like or like kind of stabbing into it, not the other way around, but stabbing, slashing into it, anything of the sorts, just to take that of this boar down. And with that of some good, well put together teamwork, it will be done. even some traps if you really wanted to include that. But that your village will be fed for at least a few more days. Happy times, happy times. What could be better? Except one thing. For some reason, this doesn't feel right to you. For some reason, some things are a bit off. You don't remember it going like this. As you take that of a look around, one more time, you will see that of the boar get back up as it starts to crawl away, trying to make any bit of its life still matter at the end. And as you see the other people around, the other people that were fighting with you seem to be, well, torn apart in some shape, way, or form. Blood splattered everywhere. It seems like a fight truly did happen here, and not one that you truly were expecting at the time. You have some blood on your hands, not sure if you know who it is, whether it's yours, theirs, the boar's. But one thing is for certain. You see that of the boar. And you still have at least a couple of arrows left. You have what feels like that of 1,000 eyes. Feeling like you are having that of an icy-like stare, though. And you can't tell specifically where it's coming from. But you are focused on that of the boar.
The blood on my hands is unsettling, to say the least. From what I remember, this wasn't how the hunt turned out, but for all I care, the tribe has to survive, and for that, someone has to die. So I would knock another arrow trying to aim for the boar that is trying to get away.
Woo! You will shoot that of the arrow. Again, this is like a younger version of you, so it's pretty much like a flashback. But as you shoot that of the arrow, you don't have quite the necessary aim for the first shot. As you do, it kind of like hits into the creature, but like almost like a slight bit on the top. It still seems like it could move. That of like an arrow left, though. You have one shot left.
Helfat. The curses just splatter from my mouth as I run after the boar, trying to get closer for my aim to be steadier. And after making sure I'm staying like 20 feet behind, I attempt to shoot a last arrow.
You proceed to shoot that of the last arrow, making sure that it counts. The boar kind of squeals as you can see the last bit of its life drained. And the choice that you made was for the better. As you proceed to kind of instantly kind of snap out of it, though, and basically kind of like snap out of it, though, wake up from what feels like you had just came out of a nightmare, and you look around to see it's actually a bit different. Not a bit different. This is actually extremely different than what you were just going through, because you were pretty much, in a way, what feels like reliving a nightmare, if that makes sense. It's not like necessarily a memory or dream or whatever you want to call it, but this, you definitely know it feels like an one of your nightmares that have continued to grow and grow onto you as you take a look around to see that you are at the very moment at that of a shore. Your small little vessel that you had taken, it has washed up onto what seems to be like sand, Whether or not that your character would know much about that, it's up to you. And either way, the sand does lead a little bit up into small bit of the forest of this place, which you can already tell from where you're at. You're right next to a village or city, even. Not quite sure. If you're talking, wait, am I muted?
I'm sorry, yeah. I was muted, I'm sorry. I carefully step out of my vessel after being on the sea for days or even perhaps closer to a week. Maybe even longer. I have no idea how far Freya is away. Still a bit shaken from the dream, I stagger on the sand, glad to have solid ground under my feet. Um,
You check your
and after
equipment.
packing up, yeah, I want to check my equipment to see if everything's still there. Making sure nothing went overboard upon hitting land.
As you make sure to check everything is there. You notice for some shape, way, or reason of another, your bow at the moment, it is broken in half. Whether that happened for mysterious reasons, whether that happened during the journey, that's completely up to you. But for every reason, for right now, your bow is actually considered broke.
Dang, my bow got no money. Um, anyway, no, the bow broke during the journey after trying to go bow fishing for a little bit of more sustenance along the way. Um, a giant wave crashed into the vessel, causing the boat to slip, and the string snapped on hitting the wood of the boat. So, no string?
Oh, string.
Um, the purse in her bag clings with a bit of coin from the Freljord, but given that she was on to her terra incognita, she was not sure if, or I was not sure if it was enough for anything. But I make my way down to the village or city, or
That's nice.
to her. To me, it would probably feel more like a city, given that I'm used to the tribes.
Yes, it would. It's definitely would be. It definitely is a city. It's definitely more of a city where there's a lot more people around, a lot more different, a lot more different species than normal around. Usually between that of human and Vistayan, which which to you may be a good sign. Maybe it's a weird thing. Not quite sure. But looking around, it's not like there's it seems to be kind of like as if you're walking around, you're seeing that of like what seems to be a happier place where there's that of children running around playing games. Uh there's that of laughter and song throughout that of the play of the city itself. And beyond all that, you see even that of a lot of people that seem to be preparing for something. Uh, Not anything specifically dangerous. Like it's more of like celebrations, like uh pretty much like the what's the like the Japanese like lamps that you would put up onto the sides. Yeah, you would see stuff like that. You would see some stalls basically being started to kind of put up, and even like that of a bigger like creature, that of something you may have heard or not have heard about, to be that of a even troll seeming to be helping around here.
Bit awkward, still swaying from side to side. I tread carefully closer to the townspeople. Slightly tapping the troll on the shoulder. Excuse me, could you please tell me where I have stranded upon?
Yes, the troll kind of slowly stand upright and turn towards them, like towering over them, and kind of grunts.
It's up to you if you want to explain your character.
Yeah, so she would see a kind of yellowy skinned, kind of sand colored troll with very bright crimson red hair, donning very long tux. He's about 7 foot tall. Uh, Based on the clothing he's donned, you can tell that he's not from here. He's definitely a foreigner in these lands. He's done in very kind of crude like armor and like leathery pieces, and has these kind of very tribal markings across his body. And he kind of glances down at them with like his kind of light blue eyes. You asking Zootark where we are? These lands be Ionia. At least that's what friends told me.
Ionia, did you say? I glance upon your figure. There are some similarities to the trolls I am used to from the Freyod, except, of course, the skin color.
Zootark gets
So there,
excited when you say Freljord. You from the icy north?
I am actually, I hail from the Winter's Claw, the tribe under our warm of Sejuani, and my name is Snorri. What is your name, friend?
Oh ho ho! You ask good question. I am Zootark the headhunter.
It is nice to meet you, Sutalk. So,
As you guys are somewhat meeting each other kind of for the first time, uh, for you, Bloom, I will assume that your character hasn't specifically like unhooded or anything just yet. But you will see, as you're talking to Zutark here, you will notice that, aka, a couple of voices coming up onto that of Zutark here, as Zutark were here. Hey, are you finally done with that? Are you ready to play with us? As
Are
you
we
will
gonna
see
play
that
again?
the three children that look definitely Vestian, but more Vestian towards basically what you would be. As you can already tell instantly, they would be almost considered family, but like not like specifically relative. Like they're relatives, but not like you don't like specifically know them. Increase the picture here. But yes, you will see that of two little girls and a little boy pretty much uh proceeding to kind of like even try to dangle like one of them even trying to jump up, try to dangle off of Zutark's arm. Come on, you said we could later. It's already later. She said that like
Zootark already played with you guys earlier. You're gonna make Zootark tired.
what? I thought you said Zutark never gets tired.
Zootark did say that. Try and make good points.
Yay! Ooh, who's that? They point over at
I
a hooded figure.
Oh, this is little friend that Zutruck just made. She's from the frozen north, she says.
They all like in sync as like three kids together go, "Ooh, what's that?"
The
That
Freljord is a land filled with ice and passion, I would say. And she takes off the hood, revealing her own Vastayan features, the large
Would you
black and
like?
white ears, and
I'll put your character up on screen so you can explain it.
um, with like a piercing yellow stare. The makeup on her face, however, seems a bit like uh, washed away. There are only some remnants of the black paint she used for her forehead that smeared across her face. My name is Snorri, and I just happened to arrive here in Ionia. It's nice to meet you, little ones.
Ooh,
And
she bird person too.
Is that why she smells similar? She kind of smelled like what my mom would smell like, right? As one of the other kids goes, I was thinking more of like a like a grandma. They're kind of like just chatting between each other, mostly between that of like what you can tell would be an almost like feral like instinct of like knowing like that's like us again like of your same heritage. Uh, but they're pretty much describing it as you smell like weird to them.
tell little ones, do you happen to have your parents around here? I actually kind of looked for someone like us. I asked, I need help.
They kind of
Zuto kind of look like towards them. It's like, what kind of help? What does Bird Lady want?
She seems a little bit uncomfortable with revealing what's bothering her, but given that she's in the right place, has met at least the children of her people, she slowly removes some bandages from her hands, revealing that from her fingertips down towards her palms are purple stains. Like, not any kind of purple, but a specific um, pinkish purple. Um, slithering around her skin. Um, my father told me perhaps someone from the homeland knows how to treat this. Uh,
Oh,
I'm. He's told me it's something to do with the kind of nature and magic Vastaya have, and told me I need to seek out others like me for help.
mm.
What does that mean?
Your guess is good as mine, kid. That's why I hoped perhaps your parents or someone else from us
Oh,
would
you're
be
talking about
there
our
for me to
father.
talk to.
No, that's not that like one of the other kid chimes up from them from the three. No, that's not our father. It's more of like a parent guardian, right? I mean, in some way or form, but to me, he's like a father. As the
Oh,
as
you mean the guy in the funny chair?
yeah, we're talking about as uh we're talking about we're talking about we're talking about Atnir as he points over towards up the middle of the city, essentially, where there's a small little, not small house necessarily, but a decently sized house on the top. But it's not like it's trying to be super super fancy. It's just a bigger building. As he goes, we can lead you there if you really want, but you gotta promise to
That
play
would
with us
be.
later.
I will play with you later, children. But first I
Yay!
need to talk with Ardenir about this stuff, and she widely gestures with her hands towards her hands with the weird stain.
Mhm. Okay, Zutak will show you the way to house. You come along with children.
Does this mean it's time for a ride? They all start to climb your back.
Okay, one at a time. Give Zutak a moment to compose self.
Uh, you all proceed. You all proceed over to that of the middle, where you will basically go up a small bit of a hill, up to the house, and in front of the house, actually, without even having to enter too much, you will see somebody already kind of like almost like sniffing like that of the flowers of the air, and you could already instantly tell they are similar to you as well, being that of the same type of species. The only thing is when you're looking at them, you'll notice they are a bit different, being that of they seem to be in a somewhat wooden, a like a white birch like wooden chair, one that has wheels, as you can even see almost as if nature itself kind of sometimes goes towards them, with that of like the occasional bird that comes onto his shoulder, whether it be just his peaceful manner or something else.
Mhm. Funny wheel man, we're back.
You're got background noise, Melis. Back rows.
I think he might be away at the moment.
I'm gonna just on personal mute him just for a moment, just so in case it gets said. But in the meantime, you guys. In the meantime, you guys here. Uh, Basically, you two and that of the kids. Well, mostly just that of the new person here. Basically, for the first time meeting this person. Again, they seem like a very calm person, like even just emanating that of a kind of calm like aura, as that of Zutar coming in, saying what he said, he will just pretty much go back with, "There's the funny big troll man."
I have brought back the small ones. See, Zutak said that he keep them safe in town.
Oh, I believe that they'll be safe, especially around you, big fella. Now, who's
Yeah.
this other person you brought?
Oh, this is Bird Lady I met in town too. She says she from Frozen North.
Frozen North? The Fairyard?
Yeah.
And even all the kids are like, the Frailyard, the Frailyard. What's that? Oh well. Uh,
Well, that's obvious. That's where Zutuk's cousins reside.
Zutok has cousins? What are they like?
Yes.
Are they big like you? Do they smell like you? Do they eat like you?
We don't know. We've never met one of the frost trolls before, but I've heard many tales of them.
Oh,
Especially the king troll.
I
uh,
have met them once.
You met
They
the
are
king
very.
troll?
We fought against them once. They are ferocious and wield clubs of ice. It's something us people in
Are
the
you talking
Winter's
about?
Claw, not
Are you talking about trolls in general?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
no,
frost trolls.
only. I know what we discussed, but I will say only the one with the ice one would be the main one.
Ah, yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
Yes, you've met many frost trolls, yes. Sutak been wanting to go to the north and challenge the biggest troll there and be the strongest troll in all of the land.
Snorri smiled a bit. I would see you do that. I would watch that fight for sure.
Yes, and then Sutak be biggest troll.
Anyway, they
I
said you were Adnia, right?
that would be me.
Great. Where do
I
I
s-
start?
I assume that there would be that many questions, many answers to give. But for whatever that may mean, I will have to ask. Do you want your privacy?
Um, it's something the children shouldn't hear, I think.
Okay, Sutak go take children to play. Come, children, we go play.
Yay! Hey, I just thought of a new game. Can we play Beat Up the Troll?
Beat up the troll? Sutak don't like the sound of this game.
Oh, it's okay. You're the human, we're the trolls.
Oh, when you put it like that, Sutak agree.
And then they're gonna bombard you with a bunch of rules to the game. But anyways, oops. Interesting fellows that that entire group has been. What, say, brings you here as he starts to wheel himself inside, expecting you to follow?
With a bit of respectful distance, Snorri follows him inside. Um, Looking around with curious eyes, although she does seem to hold up her guard. Well, you see, I was on a mission for my tribe, and I visited a place called the Howling Abyss. I wanted to find out what some of the priests in the Freyard were doing, but instead of finding out what they are doing, I saw something else. Um, it was a dream, so I don't know how much of a help that is, but I saw in this dream giant eyes, many giant eyes, in fact. She shudders a little bit, remembering this dream. Anyway, after waking up from this dream, I noticed my hands are turning purple. That's something hands are not usually supposed to do. And my father, Hadok, Hakon, Hakon, um, said I should travel here to the First Lands to find help and find out what this is.
Hmm. Honestly, I don't know if I can specifically help you with that. But with everything that you've told me so far, maybe I may be able to guide you a little bit. As I will can only assume that you're close with the bee. Us even. As he kind of looks at all of your all the feathers around. He even like shows off like his feathers that he has that he's been kind of somewhat more sitting on. but as he shows like the feathers, you can see they're pretty much mostly been uh tangled up, unused, and almost look like they've been through quite a few fights. I remember when I had my days. But for you, there's a few different ways I could potentially answer this question. You coming to here, and Ione in specific, though, maybe it has something to do with the area. The land is quite magical, don't you know? Maybe it has something to do with us as a being. Or maybe it has to do something with this, uh, uh or maybe it has something to do with upcoming events. There's that of the Spirit Blossom Festival, or maybe even that of, well, I don't know if I can specifically say that, as he's kind of thinking to himself for a second. Maybe there's a small chance that you're here for something of even greater purpose. You see, it's quite strange to me, especially on the fact that you're here on the day after a group with somebody who is also looking for something has just grievously been here for. Somebody that seems to be that of a cousin to us as well. They had talked about something about defeating that. Actually, no, wait. They had talked about that of potentially fighting off some something of deep dark creatures from the depths of something you'd never be able to see. I can only guess that it has something that might be able to do with that, as he points to your hands.
It does sound like the way I would describe what I have seen back in the Howling Abyss. Where has this group been going to?
Well, for that, you would even need a guide in the first place. And some trust, of course. As as he says that, uh, Louis busts in, opening that of the sliding door very swiftly, coming on in with that of their bird-like creature, looking towards that of Adnir. As she goes, "Why did you put them on that mission? I'm telling you, they are not capable. They shouldn't even be there. If you really needed someone to go, why not just send me?" As she kind of stops herself, like looking towards you. "I didn't realize you had a guest." As Admir looks over, "Perfect timing. This here is Louis. You could potentially say your new guide." Louis looks over at that of Adnir with that of the multitude of glowing green kind of like gem-like eyes, but you could tell the stare going towards Adnir. And Louis just like, "What?" And from there,
So,
uh,
yeah.
we could pretty much just do a cut from there. As uh, as that of Zutark is. Give me a second.
Mm.
We all just kind of got on break.
Apologies. About to go on break because I just had to fix something there. But before we do go on
Eh.
break, I want to put us here, or you guys, that of not you guys, sorry, that of specifically Snorri. You will follow that of Louis here, essentially, who isn't necessarily going to be following them on this trip, the group, but they will be taking that of a path similar to it, but uh basically knowing that of their way. And you could tell during the entire time, Louis doesn't specifically like you in any shape, way, or form, but doesn't seem to give you the utmost disrespect compared to that of the group that she's pretty much been talking about. Zutark, you unfortunately are still in the village, but don't worry, you will still be in this session uh, in due time.
Okay.
But I will say for now, you are still in that of the village, as you've been left to again help with that of setting up all the celebrations and other stuff from from the for the upcoming festival. Why can I think of the name? Spirit Blossom Festival. There we go. Of the upcoming Spirit Blossom Festival, and now the flashback essentially would be over, as now we get to back to the question, looking at that of the mist of what is strength. And that is where we are going to take that of a break.
Alrighty.
So let me actually just put us here. And then I'm going to put us on stream on mute and deaf, and we'll be right back. It might be about 10 minutes or so, but we'll be back. As we are now back. Hello, hello, hello there. Give me a quick second to adjust some things, but for now, welcome back. Where we had left off here, essentially having just that of a small little flashback per se of leading up to the journey now for that of the new character here. Um, as I've told you, as I said before, I was ending. Before I had gone to the break, you, you there, story. You have uh noticed that of Louis give pretty much like I don't want to specifically say bad mouthing, but definitely more on the negative side of this group. Not again, not too quite sure why. Uh, but they but essentially everything that you everything that these people do, like the remnants left behind, if they did anything, for example, like in the village earlier that they helped, you will actually notice the difference of the time that they were in there, and that the time that they helped doing that, or like any areas that would leave behind tracks, other stuff like that. And now you get to the point to where you're ahead of the group. Being ahead of the group, uh, you are standing there next to that of Louis, in that of the hooded, the hood with the hood over, more so covering you. Maybe as you want to hide your identity, maybe not, but it's more so there to help with the fact that it's uh to like basically to like help with the weather around here. I wouldn't say specifically like it's raining or anything, but definitely to keep the sun from getting onto you from time to time. But even though right now you're in more of a mistier place, Uh, you, uh, as you are basically just following that of Louis, which is following that of this group, and looking that of this group. Looking at this of this group like as a more of a whole now. If you would like to, Melis, would you care to explain how your character looks very briefly? Show players. It's fine. Uh, Melis here, being that of a human-like priest, you're not quite sure what exactly kind of priest he is, but he definitely seems more on the like a stern face kind of like trained in some shape, way, or form. Can't specifically tell, but they definitely seem to have clothing that seems to be uh, more clothing that are dressed for the less, if that makes sense. Like Shuriman like clothing would be more simpler to say. You see that of Core here, Core being that of a half dragon. You'll notice more on the sight of him being that of very monstrous like, even if they are that of a have that of a humanoid body, they definitely seem to uh be basically the equivalent of what you would say like a dragonborn from like Skyrim or something would be like. So definitely more lizard like, but more in the terms of dragonoid. And you will see that of Julie. Julie being potentially the person who you are somewhat being told about before with Adnir, that of a definitely Vestayan, definitely similar to your type of specific species of Vestayan story. That of another Lilothan, one that seems to have a special kind of flair about them, just overall, very fancy like. However, they seem to be also kind of like in the zone, if that makes sense. Like they're kind of really they're looking towards that of this mission, like whatever has to be done next kind of way, where they're very forward going. Uh, and they're still forward going even with that of a bigger like cask that they're kind of carrying on their back. This cask being having that of like a multitude, like between 20 to 30 different kind of made weapons. Uh, and at this very moment, they are staring up to that of the eyes, where again you would be in the radius, so you can definitely see. You're definitely there. With Louis on the side a little bit, but they have just been asked from that of the mist itself, pretty much, or whatever is in there. What is strength?
Oh,
Is
there
this
we
like
go.
is this like a thing that only I hear, or do we all hear it?
No,
I
you
think
all
we all
hear it.
hear
This
it.
was just a booming, loud voice. So to explain it to you guys, because you weren't here specifically at the end, or sorry, at here just earlier, they had just gone past. They had just gone past another person who uh everybody pretty much just passed by, got to the final destination here. And this final destination here is that of Mistfall, aka where that of a bunch of the weapons and spirits you can feel like coming from, where uh you were told this is the place essentially. And at this place, that of the mist basically got separated a little bit around because of Melis, which was good to be able to see more around, to kind of see around in general. But essentially, that of up in the sky, you heard that of a loud booming voice with that of nine green, like, green glowing like eyes, pretty much staring down. Uh, towards the rest of you, as if there was something beyond the mist, as you heard that of the loud booming voice around asking just a simple question, nothing else being said, being that of what is strength?
Mm, okay, so Melis kind of thinks for a bit, and then he kind of says, and he kind of looks. I guess you said it's up above us, right, in the sky, whatever, with
Yeah.
the eyes are or something. Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's like you're looking up off into the storm, off into the heavy fog, and you just see like eyes up above from the heavens.
okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So Melis will look up, uh, towards where the eyes are, basically, and he'll say, "Well, question like that is easy. Anybody from my home could have answered that question, from the youngest child to those on their deathbeds. Strength is made up of three things: might, vision, and guile. And only by having all three will you truly be as strong as possible." And that's what he answers.
Julie will just kind of raise an eyebrow and just be like, I didn't expect to agree with you on this one. Of all questions.
Careful now, Visarion. Pretty sure you don't want to didn't think you'd want to be agreeing with the Noxian tenants.
He would just, Julie would just kind of scoff in a way. And just,
I see Core here has said that they would say, well, there is no singular answer, but I would say it is a simply measured, and that's of one that can stand. For the body, it would be that of one can lift. For courage, it's how well they do in the face of terror. For the mind, it's the size of the problems. I know what the V is doing. I'm just not doing the V because I can't do the accent well. And it can solve
What
and so
one
on.
can stand. For the body, it would be what one can lift. For courage, it is how well they would do in the face of terror. For the mind, it's the size of the problems one can solve, and so on.
Hey, someone can do it.
Nice.
Bro, I'm German. I can't do a
Okay.
stereotypical German accent.
Hey, I said nothing. Anyways, for that of those for the answers that were given out so far, uh for a few moments the rumbles do stop, uh as it almost seems calm for a second, looking off towards that of the eyes. However, at this point in time, uh Louis proceeds to kind of go over, not like specifically over to you because you're already next to them, but kind of like softly speaks to you, Story, and is like, I don't know exactly I don't know exactly what you plan to do here, but I can already tell you from what I'm seeing, it might be the best to back up or help them, but I don't really suggest it. She's gonna proceed to back up to the edge.
Snorri looks at Louis with a rather confused expression. But then she joined Louis to this place because apparently this group has at least a similar concept of goal to her. And she can hardly turn back now, can she? And she walks up to the other ones. To me, strength is also surrender. If I see my mother bite on a piece of leather just so she can wield her flail, that is strength, because I wouldn't be able to do it. But she accepts the ice and powers through, and that is something I can respect.
You will hear that of the words of the booming voice once again, of just a simple, I understand, as that of uh once again few moments of silence. Uh However, as you proceed to look around, for some reason, you don't specifically see that of Louis nor Byron specifically around, as that of the mist that was already out there creeps in a slight bit closer to where you don't really see the eyes as well anymore, but you hear. Now let's exactly see how that strength does for you. As with that, here we go. I'd like to ask you guys, everyone except for Zutark here, to basically place yourself on that of the map wherever you would like here.
Oh boy.
Hmm. I will. I'm gonna be at the very top.
I said everyone except for Zutark. Don't worry about you, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Aw, aw, no love for me.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Just go walk off on the edge.
And oh no,
Oh no, I broke the game.
you broke my game. Oh
Oh, no.
no.
Oh no, what have I done?
I ca-
Oh no.
Oh no.
If you want a meta game, please do it like normal people.
Just hacking the foundry.
Oh no.
This is new.
Goodbye, Foundry.
I just wanted to be included.
Sutan broke reality to
Okay,
be here.
guys, any guesses upon the admin password?
Wild. Also, it should be back up now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like
Don't
a-
be. It's
Yeah,
funny.
All right.
Yes. I had to do a bit of trolling.
He's not even here and he's trolling us, guys. I can't do it.
I had to. It's my troll nature, the troll. And I broke something.
It's troll time.
See, as the saying goes, I am troll judge, troll jury, and execution troll.
Are you put yourself on the map?
Damn, the League server actually has no Trundle voice clip. Like for Discord.
No bonking.
Dang. Ah,
Yep. Anywhere you would like to be on this map, essentially, as this is essentially, I know it's a square, but it's more of a circle. It's supposed to be more of a circle where the mist is essentially blocking you from like getting out without not being able to see.
I think I'm gonna go here. I love the little animation.
Okay, I will try and get between people as much as possible. So, based on that, I will go here. Oh, this is really cool. This is new.
It's great.
If you press G,
I have
you
never
also
seen that
flip
before.
yourself.
Wait, what?
No.
There you go.
Dang.
I mean, there's also the emote bar. But that's just because that's there.
Is it E for emote? No.
No, it's on the left side of. It's on the left side where you can see that of a little happy face. It lets you also, if you go to the, there's a configure at the bottom left of it of the emote bar. There's a configure offsets, so where your eyes, mouth, nose would be.
Oh.
Damn, Snorri smoking a joint already? Crazy.
Um, configure offsets.
All right. Is everyone where they'd like to be?
Yes.
Without further ado, what I'm gonna do here.
The power of emotes, it's too strong.
The power of emotes
We'll go
fills
with
you
this.
with determination.
Alrighty, we're gonna go with this music. You guys here, looking around, don't see that of other members that were here before. In case you're curious, Julie, the other two members of your party had chose to leave earlier on in here, so that's why they're not here. But for that of Louis, again, you don't see him around. You don't see Byron around. You still, though, Julie, do have that of the cask of weapons on your back. Whether that matters or not, who knows? But I'm going to say, coming out from that of the mist, basically showing themselves coming onto that of the ground as if they were floating down in an almost heavenly yet majestic way, is a creature that you were not expecting to quite see. Pull this out here real quick. Here we go. This is a creature you're not quite expecting to see, considering that of a long like body and a huge like like a huge and long body just in general. Let me quick sec. Here we go. That's bigger. This map is just super big in general that I have it at, but you will see that of a flying like what you could only describe to be like that of a dragon from ancient stories and ancient times. One that seems to have a natural flow of hair that kind of just goes along from their head all the way down to their back and tail. Heavy looking scales, that of even a even beak to match as they proceed to come out from that of the mist, as I was saying, and make that of a mighty screech. As you can tell, whatever may happen next, you should probably get ready for it. Everybody, time to get some initiative. And as people are getting into initiatives here, we're gonna press a certain button here. It's called the Have Fun button.
Oh no. I don't think I like the have fun button.
What?
We're supposed to come up with something else, but you know what? Maybe it's just not here. Either way, the Have Fun button means look at the top of the screen.
Oh, dear God.
Can I please? There we go. And as we are also getting into this, anyone that doesn't know, I think that's mostly would be Snorri. Snorri, if you have yourself clicked at all, or for any reason, however you want to put that, and you go to the left, at the left side of the screen, you should be able to see that of a two little sword button. If you turn that on, that turns
Oh.
on your combat head.
Ooh, thank you very much. Wellness, somewhere, initiative trigger,
Would be the
tracker.
two swords on the right. I'm trying to add this guy initiative.
Oh, thank you very much.
There we go.
God damn it.
I mean, natural 20, I'll tell you.
That's your 20 for this round.
Oh no,
You
it's
know
our
what I
Dark
say?
Souls boss. Oh no.
Okay. With that, the
What did you
music
guys
going,
do?
everything's ready, everything's finally set up. All right, with that of starting up first, you guys not even expecting what may or may not come out, seeing that of this mighty creature, of this mighty beast, being that of a titan size essentially is even bigger than gargantuan size. So this thing is fucking huge, or at least long huge, because they got like a more longer like body, but still definitely that of a bigger creature, as it will be their turn first, as they will proceed to, with no fear, stomp up further. Ignore that. There we go. And as it gets closer, it is going to look towards that of your party here. We're going to start this off real nice here. It is going to wind itself up, as you will see it take that of a big deep breath in, as if you see like the amounts of air kind of coming into both the mist and air coming in straight into this thing's whole body, lungs, wherever you think it would go. But you see that of huge, basically burst of air come out from its mouth. That's not the range. Sorry, give me just a quick second here. I don't know why this was.
You can get even a slow second if you'd like.
No, I was just, it should have been double the range of what I put it to by accident. So hold on a second.
If
'Cause it's a
that's all,
huge
no
creature.
biggie.
Oh no, guys, sounds like some GM
There
fudging to
we
me.
go.
How do we know it's really supposed to be double the range?
Because it's how big the creature is, I was trying to go off on by.
Well,
Technically, it's doing this twice, but you'd only need to make the roll once. But essentially, what it's doing is it is taking that of a big, deep, of a huge, deep breath in as it pretty much releases that of a bunch of magical like wind from itself towards that of you guys, and you can see it even is like almost two miniature tornadoes coming out from its mouth. Give me uh, give me a DC 19 strength saving throw or dexterity saving throw.
oh, saving throw. Here we go.
You have advantage.
No, what? I'm literally not even seeing the rolls. Hold on.
Oh, I
Let me
see.
get back
Got
in. 'Cause
a
I'm just not seeing my rolls,
17.
so that's why I rolled it twice.
Oh, yeah, you added 18 and then a 17.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? I need to, because I wasn't seeing. The last thing I saw was like, I think someone doing like an intelligence check. I think was the last thing that was popping up on mine, and I didn't see any rolls after that. So hold on. Let me refresh.
That was a while ago. Also, it
Yeah.
definitely rolled really low on its damage, so just keep that in mind.
There we go. Okay, it's loading in. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see none of these rolls coming through. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the last I saw was this intelligence nature check.
All good, all good. So unfortunately, the only person that would have saved it so far would have been Snorri. Snorri, you would take that of half of the damage. Everybody else would take that of the full. I'm going by the first one, so that of 10
DC 19, damn. Okay.
that of 10 magical slashing damage as the wind
Nope,
pretty much slashes you through.
I don't have 5 HP. I took 5 HP. Whew.
You say, oh no.
Whoops.
I'd have more effects if some modules were updated too. But anyways,
It's my turn, isn't it?
that is all it will do for right now, as it has shot its breath at you guys. So yes, it is your turn. I don't know why I'm combat. See, yes,
Oh dear God.
there you go.
She notices the bag of weapons on Julie's back. I think he has currently the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you don't have some sort of bow in there, I'm not going to be much of a help. She kind of yells over as she backs. Move. Backs off a little bit. Before using, like plucking 2 feathers from her own cloak to throw at the spirit.
All right.
There we go. What kind of... Yeah.
Are you
And she
asking what
froze the
type of
feathers.
creature this is?
Sure.
Because that question was answered earlier. It is that of a fate.
So basically, you're just throwing daggers. I think what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, what's...
I would say, do we have the stats on a dagger real quick? I don't even. I
Yeah.
assume they're like D4s.
They're literally just normal daggers that you'd be throwing. It's that there's a second ability that you would have for something else.
Yeah, I just needed to look up what the damage was. It's a normal attack throw, right?
Yeah, I think it goes off strength for thrown weapons, though. But
They might have finesse. It might be either.
They have finesse. Give me a second. I don't have a
oh no,
dagger
I'm
on my
saying, no,
own.
yeah,
So I don't-
definitely. So you can do dexterity. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's a 12 hit.
I was gonna say you also have just the dagger in your inventory that you could use as the
I do have it.
as the actual feathers for now.
Wait, I have a dagger? Oh, I have a dagger. I forgot I have a dagger. Thank you. Anyway, does a 12 hit?
Unfortunately, a 12 does not even get close, as the wind almost seems like it blocks it. It gets close and just goes down.
All right, that's my turn.
Oops. Julie.
Wait, hold on, wait. Oh, so I want to say something before you. My character.
Oh wow, I'm up already. I've rolled like I'm pretty sure I rolled a 2 on initiative.
I mean,
Well, Bellis and
Oh,
Core
jeez.
rolled worse.
Fair enough.
I mean, I also have a negative dex, so you got to be doing better than me at that point.
Thule is going to take the backpack off and leave the massive gourd / basket / case or whatever it is just full of weapons on the floor. And just be like,
Thunk.
If you're going to test our strength, the question seems somewhat pointless. And I'm going to animal form. Oh god, what? That was a roll?
The roll is if I think you were using.
I just clicked the thing. Apparently it's listed as an attack now for some reason.
I think that's if you're using it as the hybrid form or something. I don't know.
Ah, right. That makes sense. But no, I am meant to just. I'm transforming. I'm becoming Burb.
He is the burb.
Give me a second here. Bird up.
Bird.
I have this
And I
here.
believe.
There you go.
I believe transforming is my full action.
So wait. Can Snowy also turn into a bird?
I could, yes.
Ooh, see? You got a flying buddy too now, Thule.
I just want to double check because actually, I'm. Mate, do I still get access to my combatant stuff while I'm in bird form, or is the transform sheet all I get?
I think as
You
long as it
still
doesn't
talk?
require you to like wield a weapon or something.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
still talk normally?
I don't think I can. I thought the trade-off was that I do become just a burb.
Because I'm like, if you could talk, then you'd still get like certain skills, like the being able to give people the
Yeah, like
the
that's
one
what I was just
ability.
thinking. I was
But
just
if you
thinking. I was
can't
just
talk,
thinking.
then I can't say it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I only have one language, so no, I am.
You're just a bird.
He's
I am.
bird.
I don't think Chuli would realize. So Chuli is going to use defensive maneuver, and if any of you speak Sylvan or Vastaya, then
I mean, I do.
Well, there you go.
cool. We have an interpreter then.
No, I'm either one.
I don't know if interpreter is
can-
the best use to say for that, but sure.
I can even lip read up to a distance to 100 feet, so you're good. Go on.
Yeah.
Can
Be
you
the
read
bird
beaks?
interpreter.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that means you read beaks, but I mean, he's right there anyways.
You know, so Chuli's just going to be like, right, spread out to minimize the wind effects, plant your feet, giving all like proper defensive maneuvers, and you just hear squawking.
While Snorri in the back is the only one giving like a thumbs up. She can't understand bird.
With that, truly assuming that you're using your ability then. Truly.
Sorry, muted myself. I was just getting to, yeah, I'm just trying to remember where I've put it so I can put it in the chat. I always forget. There we go.
Yep.
Cool, and that's my turn.
How much does she get? -4 damage, but then I think it's plus what, 2 AC?
I think I'm. Let me check. Half my so it's 1 AC because I think we said it was rounded down, so it's 1 AC but 4 damage reduction if I remember.
Oh yeah, it's half your proficiency bonus. Yeah. So everyone, I mean, Story, do you say anything?
No.
All right. Well, you're the only one that
Oh,
gets
damn.
the defensive maneuver.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you meant if I was like physically talking.
I mean,
No, I can say something.
I mean, that's
No,
up
no,
to
no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
No. She does yell Julie's instructions over the battlefield.
Yes, interpret
As-
the bird.
as good as she can interpret bird.
As good as you can.
Though the accent does throw her off a bit. She's not used to southern bird.
But that means everyone gets out of an additional AC for the time being and -4 damage reduction, I believe.
How much AC?
I said
1.
it's a +1 AC.
What?
Oh, +1. Okay.
Is that the end of your turn, Julie?
Yep, that's me.
Ellis.
Okay. All right. Millis. Oh God, how far away is this? 20. No, 20. Okay. Where's the thing at? Oh, this thing way out there. Okay, all right.
It's also a big map.
50 feet, 40 feet, 50, something like that. Oh,
45 feet if you're going by corner.
okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, then. Definitely got some stuff that can hit that range. But Millis will turn to the new person who he has not really interacted before. And he will say, please tell me you can do something more than just throwing those bloody feathers at it.
Well, if you can provide me either a new string or a new bow, I can show you what I can do.
What? Who comes up a mountain with a broken bow?
Someone who has traveled the seas. I
Ah,
hope you can do more than chit chat.
he's gonna run over. Hold on, wait. Oh, there we go. Walk. 20 feet. Walk. Oh, got it. He's gonna hold out his hand and ask and say, God, just give me the broken bow.
She gives over the stave of the bow, as notably seen the string snapped. So,
Is the string still there
unless
though?
it still dangles from the ends.
Okay, that's all. That's all that matters. Melis
Mending.
will cast mending.
Your bow is basically fixed within moments as it kind of like comes back together, as Bellas can explain however his magic works.
Yeah, it's basically when he does it, some couple of tentacles kind of shoot out from his hand and just kind of like magically link the two torn strings back together, and then they kind of just disappear afterwards.
Oh, interesting. Some of our spirit walkers could do this. Thanks, friend.
And he hands it back to him and he says, "Now, please be more useful than the other one we have here." Anyway, hold on, that was 20. What's his movement speed again? I think I have 10, 15 more feet of movement. Yes, I have 30. Okay, all right. So 10 more. Bam. Bam. And I think that's actually a regular action to cast that. Yeah. So okay. Then yeah, that'll be my turn then.
All right. I'm assuming that you're still there, Gore.
Oh, he lives.
Yeah, he just can't talk very much at the moment, which is fine. He moved and instantly it looked like his internet died. No, I get you. For now, Core, do you know what you would try to do here? We love it when it's windy.
Once if you want when you want to move to there, oh, I'm with
Left,
you.
Yeah,
so it left a
he
little
he
bit.
says, yeah, he wants to get into fire breath rage.
Oh, there we go. Bam. Nice.
Need to be 30 feet away. That's 30 feet.
Yep.
It's the use feature here. Is this one? This is. as Core releases that of a huge amount of lightning, basically being shot out from that of their mouth, almost seeming to be like lightning breath of a dragon. As is this creature? Got a 17, which is basically barely passing. I forget exactly what happens on a pass.
Damn, it has plus 11 dex.
Half of it is half on a success, so it would end up taking a little bit of damage as the lightning kind of gets through. It basically like singes a few of its hairs, but nothing too crazy though, as it seems to have gone out of the way very swiftly. Is that it for your turn, Core? All he can do. With that, it will become its turn once again. Now with that, of a couple of attacks even being sent towards it, this creature sees something, and I say that as not to say that you guys would really understand what it's doing, but you could see that it kind of looks at you all kind of with more of a now stranger look, as it will proceed to basically make that of a large, once again, screech out. Except this one isn't towards you guys. This one is up through the air as it goes, bringing towards that of what seems to be like a huge amount of mist. The head's basically surrounding just you guys. As that of the mist surrounds you all, you will notice that that of the hefty fog at this very moment surrounding you all, you see that of wind pretty much starts to slash through at very hefty rates, as you guys need to give me either a strength or dexterity saving throw to potentially either resist or dodge out of the way of the barrage of wind attacks coming through.
Did my roll go through?
Huh? No, I didn't see any roll.
Did. Okay. I think Foundry died for me. I'm a reload real quick.
Yeah, it died for me as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't see my rolls go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, try relogging for now, because if that's everybody, that might be on my side. I don't know why. I got a roll going through.
I just no. Yeah, I just rolled
I
a roll.
saw the Mistfall roll going through, but none of the saving throws.
Give me a quick second. I think I can solve that here. All right, there we go. Hopefully, I only have to reset it that one once more, and it should be good. Just delete all these. All right. we go start here from that of the summoning of the Mistfall. Now you guys may make that of your strength or dexterity saving roll, and I believe the rolls will be there now.
The game is coming alive again for me. All right.
Gorb trying to hit
I don't-
that hitting that of a roll strength save got to an 18. What's up, Mels?
Did my roll come through?
I'm not seeing it.
Just now?
Okay, let me. I definitely clicked it to roll. It did not roll. Okay, hold on.
Hopefully Foundry doesn't make this weird. And if we have to do some mana roll rolls, then I guess so be it, but hopefully not.
Okay. Let me just test something.
Yeah, it's still not letting me make a saving throw. Let me try manually from my sheet instead of the button.
I tried one through the chat and it also didn't work.
Oh, okay. Mine went through. I had a 12. Okay. I just see it.
Could you
I-
perhaps try to roll for me? Just to see if anything goes through.
You might need to I had to refresh to see it, so you might need to
It's-
refresh.
Oh, the roll isn't going.
Wait for who?
I tried to roll it on Snorri.
For this Mistfall? This?
Just a roll in general.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't
I feel
see
like
a
3 save
roll.
throws. So
Ah. No.
we got a 26, a 14, and a 27.
No, I don't see that here. Oh no.
Yeah.
What is
Core got an 18. I got a 12, 26, 14. Tuli got a 21. And then Snore got a 27.
Chat log here, see if that helps.
Okay.
Apologies for the technical difficulties.
It happens.
Great, I'll try this again. Alright, are you guys able to make any of those saving throws now?
Let's give it a try. No. I wonder why How strange.
Well then, I deeply apologize then, because I have no idea.
Oh, Foundry.
We love it. In that case, as much as I would hate to say it, uh, we're gonna do something a little bit weird here for a little bit. Story, are you making a dexterity saving throw?
I do? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, I see
I
your
mean, I can-
rolls.
I wish I could see him.
Maybe there's like a delay.
I would just say it would be like just a simple. I would say it would just be like something like simple like that, where it's just like a delay. But no, my game's actually just bugging. I'm gonna have to figure this out. But so I was gonna. So I guess I'll just gonna end it here in a second. But I'm gonna do what I was planning to do here from for now before we end this off here, because unfortunately, as much as I'd love to keep going with this, if this is gonna keep giving me problems, it's gonna make the entire thing terrible.
No worries.
But for now, I'm gonna continue on with this. That of the mistfall that would come down, whether I remember it not for next time, you all would essentially make that of some type of save, as that of the mist coming together, that of the wind blades basically being shot from area to area, from literally anywhere. Whoever is damaged is damaged. Whoever is not, whoever is damaged, damage. Whoever succeeds, I believe, takes half damage. But in either way of the case, as the mist somewhat starts to dissipate, at least from the small bit of area that you guys were at, as it expands back out again, you will see that of this spirit, the big one that you guys were essentially fighting, to be gone.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come on, guys. There it is.
Well, that's not cool. Can't be doing that.
He done vanished.
He is vanished. He is gone. However, does not feel like it is quite over yet. As the winds and off into the mist, you still hear them kind of swirling around heftier and heftier. And in its place, from where you would see that of the big giant like creature, you get told from that of the skies of, we continue to see what strength is. But in terms of someone you trust, what will that mean? And now with that, you will see pretty much formed in an almost kind of windy-like way, meaning not specifically see-through, but they've come together as an almost wind-like creature with that of a green, almost emanating essence around them. You will see that of a You will all see that of a familiar face, being towards that of Zutark.
Hey guys, this is where you were hiding.
Unfortunately, not the Zutark that everyone here would normally know. Considering they grow up to large size, they look at you all.
Huge.
Wait, yes, huge. They go up to
Almost
huge
already large.
size.
He's already large.
He goes up to huge size, and he looks like he is ready for a battle. The Zutark here, will have that of, guess what? Zutark's boss battle.
Dun dun dun.
Zutark, you don't know it at this very or not Zutark specifically, but Zutark, you will have that of control of this essentially creature, as this is essentially a copy of you. You will have that of gigantification, considering the fact that you're bigger, you will hit harder, as well as having that of multiple actions. So be prepared next time when we're not dying by this foundry stuff.
Okay. Let's go.
And that is why I was saying, Zutark, you will have your time. But unfortunately for now, as much as I would love to just continue and get this beating and thrashing going for whichever side, unfortunately I do have to end it here. We will be back next time, and hopefully next time we don't have to deal with Foundry being such an ass to me. I don't even know why. Like, literally, we were playing the entire game, and it just suddenly is like, nah. Anyways, goodbye for now.
Bye.